Hi, everybody. I'm going to do a little healing video today, and I'm trying to deal with this reflection in my glasses that I can see, and I think it's the computer. I've fiddled with every light in my office, and I finally have concluded that the reflection is coming from my computer, and without my glasses, I can't see my notes, so I'm stuck. So I have to get these non-reflective glasses, which I promise I will do. Today, I want to talk about a little bit about faith and healing. And before I do that, I want to thank you, thank you for being part of this network of grace. But it's really what I think we should think of now as the healing network, because we are helping each other to heal. And we are helping each other in ways seen and unseen. And I cannot thank you enough. When people ask me, how do they join? Really, it is by becoming part of that YouTube channel. There's no organization. It is just part of that network because I wanted this to be free. I wanted this to be available to everybody. So I just send out these YouTube messages and you participate by putting down, writing a message to that YouTube on the message board. And I'm hoping that people will respond and let them know they've read your messages, let them know that you are in their prayers, they're in your prayers. I read every one, and I take all of your messages into my prayer time. And so this is how, I don't know how prayers are answered. I know that they are. And in the world of prayer power, in the mystical realm, where there is no sense of time and space, where there is no sense of distance. My only real experience of that is as a medical intuitive when I could do readings on people who were geographically nowhere near me. They were on the other side of the world, on the other side of the country, on the other side of the city. But it doesn't make any difference to the world, to the realm of energetics, to the realm of grace, to the realm of light. There is no distance. We're all one system. So, however, that magnificent system works, that we are all a part of, how all life breathes together, that's the system that delivers prayers. And I've told so many stories of people who, in their near-death experiences, have seen prayers delivered to them, have seen the light come down and shine upon them, and found out that it was because someone was praying for them. So the best way I can compare, if you want to give it something that you could tactily compare it to, is think of someone sending you a prayer email and the speed at which you hit send and boom, it shows up in your computer. It's no different. Imagine you're that computer and someone is sending you an email full of grace and boom, it shows up on your screen. And only this time the screen's your soul. Because we have an internet that works like the internet. So that's our little technocraft for today. But I really wanted to talk about the way in which prayers are answered and the speed at which prayers are answered and how it's high risk to speak for heaven. I realize that. So that's my disclaimer. And I can only go by my observations, and so I tell you that ahead of time. But from what I've observed, first of all, I truly believe every prayer is answered. Every prayer is answered. Now, how it's answered, when, the methodology, that's how heaven works. It's wonders. I loathe the word magic. When I hear that word associated with heaven, I cringe inside because it's not magic. It's wonder. It's mystery. It's miraculous, but it's not magic. No, it is many things, but magic it's not. So heaven works its wonders. And what I truly believe, and I want to give this from my heart to you, is that however prayer and grace comes into your life, it always has your best interests at heart. It always has your survival at heart. It always has your health at heart. It in no way is there a force out there with the intention of destroying you or bringing you harm or in some way um, punishing you. I mean, I hear people say like you're being punished, like those fundamentalists. Who speak about God's punishing. I mean, vapid creatures that it tells you how they think. That's how they think. But heaven does not work. Thank God, in the calculations of white men by any means. Heaven is not that kind of force that is punishing. It's this organic, benevolent system that works always toward the benefit of creation. And sometimes what benefits creation is a forest fire that regenerates the forest, is a volcano that regenerates the land with all the minerals and all the substance that comes out of the volcano and the lava. Or the organic nature of life is itself life, and that includes its eruptions and explosions and storms. And you can't look upon any of that as a punishment, but that which is required for the fertility that is to come out of the storm, for the harvest that will follow from this. We have to, it benefits you. It benefits you to think in terms of organic divinity, to think in terms of the organic nature of the divine. The divine is law, light, and love. Those are the three elements that should offer you a tremendous insight in how the nature of the divine works. There is no off-planet God that looks like us, that somehow or other is a human being that's located somewhere in the cosmos that operates on the human system of law and order. It does, no, no, uh-uh. In fact, really the truth, I suspect that part of the reason, and it could be the root cause, the deep, deep, deep root cause for so much of the chaos that will consume humanity in the decades from now and the decades to come. We're not going to get out of this season of this era of catastrophic transition for some time to come, maybe a couple of centuries, because what's going on at the deepest organizational level of life is that we're mythically getting reprogrammed. Do you realize what a mouthful I just gave you? We are mythically getting reprogrammed. The very myths that have organized us for thousands of years, that there's gods up there and we're down here. And those gods somehow look like us. If you come from the Judeo-Christian, Greek, Roman tradition, somehow look like us, behave like us, somehow can be manipulated if we light enough candles and bang enough drums. That whole way of thinking, that God really cares about who you date and who you sleep with, and oh my God, the things people believe that those are the beliefs that somehow worked to organize and control human beings. But we've arrived at the nuclear era of our own power. In that wonderful, wonderful Bhagavad Gita, the story of Krishna and Arjuna, and they're at the battlefield, and Arjuna doesn't want to go to war. And he says to Krishna, he doesn't know Krishna's a god. And he says, I don't want to go to battle. But I feel like the fabric of the universe is going to be torn apart in this battle. Everyone I love's on the other side. And if I kill them, my karma. If I run away, my dharma, what I'm meant to do, I'll have to pay for, because I haven't done that. If I kill them, I'll pay for doing that. What do I do? The fabric of the universe, it's being torn. And Krishna says, well, they'll be given other lives. It's as simple as that. The solution for the universe is as simple as that. What are you worried about? What are you worried about? You think just for the moment. But the universe has no moment. It has timelessness. This is only one battle. It means nothing. It has timelessness. They'll be given another life. What are you so worried about? All you think about is one life. The universe has endless lives. What are you worried about? This is the difference in how the universe, how the benevolence answers a prayer, and how we pray. We pray for the solution to a battle, the only thing we see in front of us, this one illness, this one problem. We can't imagine the size of the universe, the size of our lives. We can't imagine our own eternity. And we don't care because we can't go there. All we're thinking about is, what do I make for dinner and where am I going this weekend? And we just can't grapple because we're not supposed to. That's where faith comes in. Faith is that part of us that can reach into our eternity and say, I don't want to, I can't understand my eternity. I can't grapple with it. I can't see it. I can't imagine it. But what I can do is I can hold on to this deep and abiding sense that what's going on in my life is bigger than this moment. And that the universe, you, God, whatever word you want, has something in mind that includes this moment and so much more than this moment. So I have to do what's right in this moment. And what's right is governed by, what do I need to do to heal in this moment, to make this moment more balanced, more whole? I may not be able to heal the whole of my life, but I can bring healing to this moment of my life. And that's enough. And that's enough. That's what you can have faith in. Because I know that the universe plays the long game. It has it has the vista, and we're a grain of sand, and it has the ocean. And so I do believe deeply that we've entered this time of great chaos, where indeed I do believe the fabric of our universe is being torn apart, because apparently it's time for us to grapple with a very new understanding of the nature of ourselves, of our own power, of what we're capable of, in terms of how we can express and understand the depth of our humanity, of what we're capable of creating together. But we are at a block, I believe, of where we can't get to that place in the world that we have today. Not with its politics, not with its wars, not with its limitations, not with its design. So we're going to have a lot of chaos, and that's for sure, because we simply can't get across the Rubicon of our own limitations. And that's when the fabric gets torn. But on the other side is a potential, it always is like this, is a potential of who we could be if we could imagine ourselves part of a global community and not so tightly wound by race and sex and religion, but a global community that's part of a galactic community. We've got so much potential that we haven't even begun to touch. That there are illnesses that could be healed by means of energetic, by means of prayer, by means of energy, by means of understanding what negativity does to our holy energetic system. There's so much we do not know about our power and how to manage that. And we're so afraid to cross that Rubicon. So when I say the universe plays the long game, it has this sense of, you got to get over here. You've got to understand how much power you actually have. And right now you're working to contain that power because you're so afraid that by becoming empowered, others might too. You don't get that by empowering others, you empower yourself. We just have got to make this journey from our love of power to the power of love. So, with that in mind, when we look at this chaos in the world, I would ask us all to pray that we navigate through, that we're all in this together, that this is an extraordinary time to be alive, an extraordinary time to be given a life assignment, to be here on the earth now, make use of it, become as conscious as you can. This is, become as aware as you can that every word you say matters, every thought you have matters, every prayer you say makes a difference. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Thanks.